Welcome back to the Surrey Report. It's April 2020. I can't believe the situation we're in. On the backside of our update here, we're going to be talking about the things that you need to know about and how they relate to home ownership as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. But first, here is the rest of the team with this month's stats.
Hi guys, starting off with our detached market, the benchmark price is $1,080,600. That's a 1.4% increase year over year and a 1.8% increase month over month.
And townhouses, the benchmark price is $571,900, and that is up 1.5% year over year and up 1.1% month over month.
And in condos, the benchmark price is around $445,000. That's a 1.4% increase year over year and a 1.2% increase month over month.
All right, the first thing you need to know is that interest rates have been slashed, count them, 3 separate times. Emergency slash of 0.5%, 3 separate times. So that is fantastic for people that have floating lines. Floating line of credit against your home or a variable rate mortgage may have dropped you 1.5%, so you're paying a lot less interest. Good at times like this when money is tight. However, interest rates, get this, the 5-year fix, the product that everybody gets when they're likely qualifying for a new home, is actually going up. Well, how can that possibly be if interest rates, the federal rates, have been slashed? Well, in economic struggles that we're in, the banks are in those same economic struggles, and they're actually having a liquidity problem. There's not enough money to lend out and bring in and move around. So they're actually increasing rates because their margins are being squeezed so tight. That's number one. Number two is the tweaks to the stress test, or what was supposed to be tweaks to the stress test. They're not happening now. They've actually been postponed. So what was proposed is that they were going to change how the stress test, or that 2% extra qualification on the stress test, how that was going to be applied. Well, at this time, the government's taken that off the table. It wasn't going to make that big of a difference. It was going to give some people some more buying power, but at this point, they've just kind of pushed it aside and said, we'll deal with that later. So it was supposed to be April 6th. We don't know when it's coming into play now. The third thing to consider is the fact that BC, along with some other provinces, has ruled out evictions. All right, so if you have a tenanted property, if you own a property and your tenant in that property loses their job due to COVID-19, they technically do not have to pay the rent until further notice. This is going to create all sorts of problems for landlords because you still have a mortgage to pay. So a couple days after they made this announcement, the BC government came out and made another announcement that the tenant is entitled, if they're in this situation, to a $500, subsidy from the government in order to pay the mortgage. Now that will go directly to the landlord, so it's not just a free $500 for the tenant, but it will put you, if you're a landlord, in a negative position. And that brings us to our next step. Now what do I do? So if I have a mortgage on an investment property, which I likely do, and I can't pay the bill, now what? The mortgage deferral program is actually not designed to go into your investment properties. It's not. It's designed to keep you in your current house. So here's my suggestion. I don't know if this will work at this point in time, but you would have to talk to your bank and find out. My suggestion is watch our video. There it is. Good video. Watch our video we did with Rowan Smith about mortgage deferrals. Now it's designed for principal residents, as I said. There is a chance that you will be able to defer your principal residence if you can keep affording to pay your rental property. Does that make sense? So you could actually defer one property rather than the other. Even if you could afford to pay your principal residence, maybe you don't, and keep paying the non-paying tenanted income property. It could get very, very confusing, but it is definitely something I would look into. Oh, on that note, I would highly, highly recommend popping in and watching another great video here. This one done by Darren German, who's been on the Surrey Report in the past, talking all about how to reduce your household payments. All right, so not necessarily reducing debt, but reducing the payments, the cash flow problem that we're going to have, same as the banks, when, well, let's face it, the economy isn't going to be doing that hot over the next little bit. And finally, as a follow-up to that video that I did with Rowan Smith regarding mortgage deferrals, I actually know someone now who has gone through the process, and I thought I would share their story with you. Now, this institution was Scotiabank, and this is kind of how it went. They made the phone call. They sat on hold for 2+ hours to connect with Scotiabank and get their deferral in. When they reached someone at Scotiabank, all that happened was they took their name and number and set up a time to call back. Now, a few business days later, that call came in, and it was this simple. The person on the other end of the line from Scotiabank asked 3 questions. 1, has your income been affected by COVID-19? Yes or no? Has your household income been affected by COVID-19? Yes or no? 3, is this your principal residence? Yes or no? If you answered yes to all 3 of those questions, the person I know now is now not paying their mortgage for 6 months. Now, when we go back and watch that video we did with Rowan, this is not a mortgage vacation. That was his big takeaway from it. Remember, you will still owe the interest and it will start tacking up on top. So don't think of this as some sort of just get out of jail free card. It's not. The interest will tack on. And lastly, to try and give you off on a good note here, I do recommend another video here. That's this one done by our amazing partner, Chanani Pooney, all about how to take control of the way you feel during this, because you're going to be stuck at home just like I'm stuck at home these days. And a lot of us feel like there is no control out there over our own lives. Chanani helps us in this video here. So I recommend go back, take a look at that one. In the meantime, guys, stay safe. A lot of people are going to be having trouble with this. Mentally, it's not a super easy thing to get over. We all just have to be in it together. We are encouraging you, anybody watching this video, whether you're a client or just checking us out on YouTube or Facebook, please reach out to us if you're having trouble staying in your home because of loss or reduced income. We want to make sure everybody can work through this together. So please reach out to us. Emails, text messages, DMs, Instagram, whatever you got to do. Comments down below in the YouTube, whatever it is. We all have to work together here moving forward to get through this thing. Alrighty. Thanks so much. I hope next month is a happier, cheerier Surrey Report. Until then, stay home, stay safe. Thanks for watching this month's Surrey Report. Please pop over to our YouTube page, click subscribe, and check out all the videos that I mentioned and more in this month's Surrey Report. Thanks so much again for watching. Stay safe, stay home, and we'll see you next month.